All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday. We're almost there, halfway. All right, welcome. Let's go ahead and get going. So we'll just start standing. Okay. Ooh, take that big breath in and exhale it out. Good, then we're gonna reach those arms up really, really tall. Big stretch up. So maybe a little stretch to the core, those shoulders. You can interlace those fingers, reach those arms back a little bit more. I'm gonna take another breath here. Good, so if we're leaning back slightly, just go ahead and straighten yourself up, and let's find a side stretch over to that right side. So just let that right hand slide down. Good, inhale, we'll bring it back up. Let's go to that other side. So slide that left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. You can bring it back up. Now again, we're gonna lower that right hand down. Left arm reaches up and over. Now we're just gonna do a little twist. So kind of round it forward. Then open it back up, stacking those shoulders. Then we'll bring it back up. Let's go to the other side. So reaching that right arm up and over. Just round it forward slightly. And open it back up. Then reach both arms back. Big reach and stretch. Then draw those elbows down. So we're opening up through that chest. Get like a field goal position with those arms. And then reach those arms back up. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, reach it up. Last time, draw those elbows down. Hold it there. And then reach it up. And then we'll reach down. Touching those toes. And sliding those hands up the shins. We want that nice flat back. Good, slight bend in those knees. Good. With that flat back, maybe slide those hands down a little bit lower. Good. Maybe a little bit lower, just getting that really big stretch through these hamstrings. Good, then we'll relax it. So you can round through that spine if it feels okay on your low back. Just let the head and the arms hang heavy. Maybe give your head a little shake. Yes. Just release any tension in the neck and the shoulders. Good, then again, bend into those knees. Let's come back up to standing. Reach it up tall. We're gonna bend into that left elbow so that right hand reaches for it, keeping that core tight. Okay, as we press the head back, so we're not arching through the back. Okay, we want this really tight and stable, and then we're just gonna press that head back. So we're gonna get that really big stretch right through this tricep here. And one more breath. And let's find that bend again over to that right side. And bring it back up. Switching sides, so bending into that right elbow. So start really tall, core tight, pressing that head back. And then bend it over to that left side. Good, and bring it back up. And let's draw those elbows down, that field goal position. Reach it up and bring it back down. Reach it back up. Then draw those elbows down. We'll interlace those fingers behind the back. Again, pull those knuckles down towards the ground first, and then maybe those hands start to come away from those hips. And holding it here. We're gonna sweep those arms over to that right side. So be here. Now dropping that right ear down towards that right shoulder. We'll feel that stretch on that left side of the neck. And if the back of the neck is feeling a little bit tighter, just start to look down towards. So keep the ear by the shoulder and just look down towards that right foot. Good. And just looking forward with that gaze and then lifting the head up. Let's go to the other side. So bring those hands around that left hip, dropping that left ear down. And again, if you want more of that stretch towards the back of the neck, just go ahead and look down towards that left foot. Good, and looking forward, lifting that head up. Then we're gonna reach those arms up and exhale, fold. Find that flat back. Let's go ahead and plant those hands down. Okay, taking a big step back with that left foot. Keep that back knee lifted. Keep that back nice and flat, so not a lot of weight on this thigh. And then we'll twist, right arm reaches up. Good, lower it back down. Now from there, just straighten that front leg. So stretching out through that hamstring and keep it a little bit into the calf if it's that leg is a little bit tighter. And then rebend into that knee, back to that lunge. Twist, reach that right arm up. Good, and down. Straighten that front leg. Good, rebend and twist. And lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg. And now lower onto that front knee, reaching those arms up overhead. So keep that core tight as we press those hips forward. And then now let's twist. Left hand's gonna reach forward, right arm reaches back, make a T with those arms. Then we'll reverse it. So left arm's gonna reach up, right hand reaches for that hamstring. Just look over that shoulder, pressing the hips forward a little bit more. And then we'll lower those hands down to the mat. Go ahead and step those feet to the top of the mat. Just hang out here for a moment in that forward fold. Now take a big step back with that right leg. That chest is just hovering right over that thigh. We can plant that right hand down. And then we'll twist, reaching that left arm up. And lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg. As we fold over. So again, we can really lift that right heel up high. Again, now rebend to that knee and plant that hand as we twist, reach that left arm up. And lower it down. Straighten that front leg. Rebend and twist. And lower. Last time. Lift those hips high. And then rebend into that knee and twist. And now let's lower it down, lower that back knee down. We'll reach those arms up overhead into our lunge. So keep that core tight. Rib cage, fold down, tailbone is scooping down. As we press the hips forward, we're gonna reach those arms up. And then we'll move into that twist. So right hand's gonna reach forward, left arm reaches back. And they'll reach that right arm up as that left hand reaches for that back hamstring. One more breath. And then let's lower those hands down to the mat, stepping those feet forward. Find that flat back. With that flat back, try and slide those hands down a little further. And then go and bend into those knees, go and rise up to standing. Bending into that left elbow, core tight, bend it over to that right side. Bring it back up. Let's go to the other side, bending into that left elbow, or into the right elbow as we bend it over to that right. Ooh, I'm getting my left and rights confused as we bend it over to that left side. Now reach it back up, draw those elbows down. Let's interlace those fingers, open up through that chest. And go ahead and release those arms up. And find that flat back as we pull. We're stepping that left foot back into that lunge, twisting, reaching that right arm up. Lower that hand down, straighten that front leg, lift those hips up high. We'll just go through that one time, and then we'll rebend into that knee, lower that back knee down, reaching those arms up. So you press those hips forward, and then we'll twist. Left hand reaches forward, right arm reaches back, and then we'll reverse it. So left arm reaches up as that right hand reaches for that hamstring. And then lower those hands down, step both those feet to the top of the mat. Find that flat back. And fold. So then we'll take big step back with that right foot. Against that back knee stays lifted as we twist. Left arm reaches up. Lower that hand down, straightening that front leg, lifting the hips high. And then we'll rebend into that knee, lower that back knee down. Those arms are gonna reach up overhead. So core stays tight as we press those hips forward. And then we'll twist. Right hand's gonna reach forward. Left arm reaches back. And then we'll flip that palm. Right arm reaches up. Left hand just gonna slide down that back leg. Now circle those hands down. Just go ahead and step both feet back to kneeling. So we're gonna be in that tabletop position, hands and knees. Okay, curling those toes under. So not the toenail side, but the bottoms of the toes. That's what we're gonna be sitting on. And then ankle bones are pointing up. Bring them a little bit narrower than hip distance apart, and then just start to walk those hands back. So maybe bringing the weight, a little bit more weight onto the hands. So taking some of that pressure off of the feet, and you can go on hands on the knees, or maybe we just sit up tall. Just having those arms just gently resting on those thighs, just pausing it here, stretching out the bottoms of those feet. I know this one might be a little bit aggressive. Stay with that breath. Good, and slowly release those hands down. Just gently tap those feet. You can even wiggle those toes, circle the ankles, whatever you need. Good, now we're gonna send that right leg straight back, flex that foot, point those toes down. Now we're gonna step that foot outside that right hand, sliding that left leg back. So a little bit wider stance with that lunge. Turning those toes out just a few degrees. We're gonna flex that foot, and we're gonna come onto the outside edge of that foot. So we're letting that knee open up a little bit wider. And then we'll lower onto those forearms. Hey, if that's accessible, if you feel like you really have to round your spine to get there, then maybe we just lower onto one forearm, or maybe we even stay up on those hands. But if we start with those arms straight, maybe as we kind of lunge in or lean into it, it releases enough and we can make our way down to the mat. If it's not happening today, don't worry about it. Don't force it. And then slowly come back to those hands. And straighten that front leg. A little counter stretch, stretching out that hamstring now. And let's send that leg straight back out. And then lower that knee down to the other side. That left leg extends out. We'll step that foot outside that hand. Re-lunge into that knee. So back stays nice and flat. So that you can turn the toes out a few degrees. flexing that foot. So we don't want to be stretching out those ankles. We want that foot in that nice 90-degree bend through the ankle joint. And then if you're ready, start to make your way into more that push-up. And then you can get those elbows, forearms down to the mat. Maybe one, maybe both, maybe none. Maybe you stay on your hands. We'll hold this for just a little bit longer. And then let's come back to those hands. Let's go ahead and send that leg straight back. Oop, I forgot that counterbalance. Hold on, come back to that lunge. Straighten that leg as we fold that hamstring stretch. Good, now rebend. Go ahead and send that leg back to kneeling, and let's just roll it over onto our backs. Hugging those knees in. Okay, we're gonna cross that right ankle over that left thigh. So we're gonna flex that right foot as we grab onto this left hamstring, or we can even grab onto that shin. Now tailbone is grounded down. We're lifting that chest up. So walk those shoulder blades together. We gently pull that knee in a little bit more. We want that big stretch through that right outer hip. And release that foot down. Tee up those arms. We want to keep that ankle crossed over that knee. Then just draw those knees over to that right side. And then bring those knees back to center. Switching sides. And we'll hug that knee in. So grabbing onto that right hamstring. Or maybe even reaching for that shin. Just want to keep that tailbone down. And then go ahead and release that foot down. Keep that ankle crossed over, tee out those arms, and then just drop those knees over to that left side. And then bring that knee back up. Uncross it. Hug those knees in. Again, maybe give it a little rock. And then let's lower those feet down to the mat. Hands come up by your sides. Just press into those feet as we lift that tailbone up, and then continue to roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Big extension through those hip flexors. And then we'll roll it back down. Again, 2 more times. Lift, roll it up. And down. And lift it up. And roll it back down. Now right knee hugs in, left leg extends out. Twist that knee across. We can reach that right arm out. So big breath in. Exhale, find a little more twist. And bring that knee back to center. Other side, hug that left knee and right leg extends out. And twist. Good, let's bring that knee back up. Let's go ahead and rock it up to a seat. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Knees can come out wide. So we're going into that butterfly stretch. You could just grab onto the ankles or maybe kind of around your toes. Sit up tall to start. And then we'll just start to hinge from those hips. So a little stretch through those inner thighs. Keeping that back flat as we hinge it forward. And then bring it back up. I draw those knees together. Just go ahead and cross those legs. Inhaling those arms up. Let's just finish this off with a twist. A big twist over to that right side. Sit tall on that inhale. Exhale, looking over that shoulder on that exhale. Bring it back to center. Reach it up and over to that other side. Again, tall. Sit tall and twist. And let's bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and rest your hands on your knees. Just take a few breaths here. Really big breath in. Fill those lungs. Sit up nice and tall. And exhale it out through the nose. Let's do that 2 more times. Really big breath in through the nose. And exhale it out through the nose. Last time. Big breath in. And exhale. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. We have today's Wednesday, all levels yoga tonight at 4:45. So hopefully I will see you all there. But otherwise, have a great rest of your day.